So we'll see what they're going to be able to make do of it, and what kind of draft they actually want to make happen with it, because it's, you know, like we said, you go from team to team at this international during these group stages, and we're just seeing absolute variety. Everyone is kind of changing it up with kind of styles that they do. A couple of heroes, you know, here and there that we see similarities in, but yeah.
And maybe you could argue, you know, Cloud9 obviously said they haven't picked Doom yet. Maybe still trying to find their own style, because they are yet to win a game here, as it looks to be on the scores from day one. So they've got to step it up today and bring in something new. That's certainly good. That's not a bad way to approach it. Yeah, day two.
So yeah, we didn't really look at the bans. I mean, there's might be a couple things that stand out to people that are like a little weird. It's like the Ogre ban, I guess looks weird, but VP's been playing Ogre. Solo likes playing, and he just like walks and sits on middle hill and just throws ignites at people and beats you with his hammer. So that one makes sense just because it's super obnoxious, and I know AUI is a huge fan of doing that as Ogre as well, so he respects Solo a lot for it. The other bans I think are pretty standard. The Nyx Assassin, Io, and Night Stalker have been highly in the ban. Cloud9 banning the Oracle themselves.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the one that's kind of the weirdest. As you say, like, understandably sometimes banned when you are the ones picking Darkseer, but interesting to see it banned. I mean, it is one, I believe, back kind of intriguing. So, you know, VP, they do play around with the Oracle.
Yeah. And
obviously in the right hands, it could be an incredibly obnoxious hero to play against.
Sure.
I guess essentially quite nice against Doom. You've got a way to sort of buy time for that target to keep him alive. It's pretty good at in that. It sort of makes the ultimate from Doom redundant. Oracle can lay down his spells. The Warlock certainly a much more understandable one.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you've already got this Wombo. If you throw a Warlock in that as well, it's just so nasty. You get caught in that vacuum. Fatal Bonds, Chaotic Offering, Boulder Smash, Magnetize. You're pretty much calling GG, and you're signing up to the TI8 qualifier.
It's a VP comfort pick. They haven't. I don't think anyone's actually still picked the Warlock. I'm not 100% sure. I'm actually gonna check that too, really quick, because I know we're at like 97 heroes or something.
I do love this though. We haven't seen much Witch Doctor, at least me and you in the games we've casted.
No, we haven't.
But
hey,
this
Solo
is
needs
such
a hero,
good
right?
game,
Solo's like, I still need something, and they're banning out a lot of my supports, guys.
The Wombo combo is brilliant. Once more, you know, the Warlock wasn't there, it's taken out. Get someone else that can do brilliant with it. Maledict is just such a ridiculously good spell.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a reason why, you know, in every sort of custom game, it's always picked as the spell that just allows you to do this infinite scaling damage.
It's decent for the lanes. Yeah, it's good. It's just you have to get pretty like close in. The cask is usually what it's there for. It's like the harassment because of the high base damage from Witch Doctor and just that guaranteed obnoxious duo stun. But yeah, I mean, this is also Solo just picks himself one of these 5 heroes and he does solo things. We'll have that heavy pressuring dual lane from the Earth Spirit Darkseer. Maybe it'll be a little bit changed, but where they actually like prioritize Lil's movements depending on the rest of the heroes that they see picked up.
Cloud9, third pick in. It is going to be Puck. Do one of those.
Yep, the Fada Puck.
Fada Puck. Back in the day.
Thing of legend. Yeah, and there's no real like. I mean, there's the Earth Spirit, Silence, and Stun that are, I wouldn't call them super reliable. The Silence is a bit more reliable. The Stun not so much. But yeah, Puck is super elusive, and there's not really great things to catch him so far in this game. Yeah,
and it certainly works both ways. You know, so the Earth Spirit's going to be looking to catch the Puck, but the Puck himself, if he gets himself on top of the Earth Spirit and the Witch Doctor, they're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, and Coil with Chain Frost is pretty devastating.
Yeah, very hard for the Witch Doctor to get a chance to lay down that Death Ward this game. Lots of ways to stop it. Now looking for this 4th pick. VP still yet to reveal Ramses and no one's heroes. Something to add to the combo. Sven is still there for Ramses, and I do love a good bit of Darkseer Sven action.
Yeah, they still could definitely do the Sven. Could be one of the options.
Pretty nice against the Doom as well. It's this hero with naturally high HP, so the Doom itself is less than an issue. A lot of the times you can continue to fight up through the Doom. The mid laner.
This is
one that's been banned out so much.
Yeah.
So the fact that they get this as 4th pick, they're going to be loving it. And it just works obviously so nicely as well for the Wombo. You know, having that AoE silence, you've suddenly got the chance to catch maybe even the whole team if Cloud9 aren't too careful with their positioning.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hero that we're seeing rise more and more. It's been getting banned a couple times in the first 2. It's been getting picked a couple times in the first 2, but we've been seeing it riddled all over this TI group stage.
Yeah.
For good reason. It's a really strong bully also in the mid lane, just in a 1v1 kind of fashion, but with an Earth Spirit rolling in, you can really punish people. Like if Puck uses Orb aggressively, Earth Spirit can roll in, Death probably the Spirit Siphon, they can easily go for kills if that be the case. So Fada does have to watch where that Earth Spirit, but...
we got a Drow strat coming out for Cloud9. Okay. I mean, I feel VP definitely have ways to answer Drow strat. You know, they have the Earth Spirit to get in there and such. They themselves have a lot of ways of applying pressure at the stage of a game where the Drow lineup's coming online, but
the Drow doesn't at least have to deal with like Ion Shell, where most melee heroes really suffer.
Absolutely, yeah. The lanes, as long as Drow's getting the levels, yeah, she can certainly deal with that pressure.
And that at least like also since it's gonna be, I would think Lil is gonna play maybe more a bit around.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's probably gonna play around mid and bottom, or mid and with the Darkseer. But this at least like gives the Puck a little bit more base damage to deal with the Death Prophet in case the Earth Spirit is there. Puck already with high base damage, this gives it even more. It's gonna make it much easier for Fada, who's already probably one of the best Puck players in the world.
Yeah, for sure. And now with this final pick from Cloud9, we are still looking for that mid lane. No, sorry, no, just the secondary support, aren't we? For the expectation of what?
MSS. If MSS is off lane, Doom.
Off lane. Oh, you think it might not be? They might just do the support Doom?
They do need some more lockdown.
Whoa. Okay, so it's gonna be the offlane Puck, and it's gonna be the mid lane Medusa, and it's gonna be the safe lane Drow with the support Doom and Lich combo. By the looks of it, when you agree. That's the most likely?
That's the most likely, yeah. I mean, I just saw Crit playing Puck as a 5.
Oh,
so that really throws a little bit of a wrench in my mind right now for a moment, but I'm trying to think if that's the most ideal for them.
Yeah, because you're right, Fada is...
I wouldn't like it. I think the Puck needs the levels this game super badly.
MSS can play a good Puck, though.
Yes, he can.
So...
And AY would make sense to play the Doom, and Pi, of course, the Lich, and then... Yeah.
I think that's most... I mean, you're right. We have seen some of the teams bring out the support Puck.
Yeah, I mean, it's not likely. I think Puck needs the levels in this game. Like, they need him to have a good game so he can have the early timing window.
Oh, they get the anti-mage. So this game is definitely on a timer. That anti-mage pick, if this ends up going late, goodbye to your Drow Medusa strat.
I really like VP's draft, to be honest. I think it's very strong at like all stages of the game. I think Cloud9 does have its strength, but if these lanes go poorly, I think it could be pretty much a complete disaster. They're running a Drow lineup versus Drow Medusa versus anti-mage.
Yeah, both of those heroes not ones to be known to hold it very strongly against the anti-mage in the later portions.
Yeah, C9's gonna come out well. But we'll see how much AY is able to make with this Doom. He could make a lot of stuff happen with the MSS Puck. It's a Puck off lane with the Drow aura, so he should be able to get a decent amount, especially if Lil's making the moves around. He's gonna be able to get a good amount of experience and stuff done. So eyes on AUI and MSS this game to be the big ones to keep Cloud9 in shape.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be that you just kind of said yourself. Cloud9 really do need to get themselves ahead at the very start, because even if they get to the mid game, it's going to be this portion where Ramses is farming and the other 4 heroes of BP can just get so much done without needing the anti.
Yeah,
the wombo they have, the damage output they have between the Death Prophet and the Witch Doctor, it's going to be tricky. And C9 dominate these lanes.
Exactly, you hit it right on the head there, on. Just that the four heroes that they have on VP, just making space for the anti-mage, are very, very potent. Right away, we have the TPs coming out, so Solo's trying to get that Obs Ward down just so they can know exactly what they're going to have to be dealing with up top. Start. It also starts with the Fairy Fire on the Witch Doctor, so I wanted to be able to have that little extra damage to be able to zone properly. And now, so he gets the high ground ward so he can actually watch where the Doom's movement is in case he does try to pressure top, or if he like smokes, or if he tries to go for like a wraparound on the side. They'll have that, but at the same time, AUI did place a nice aggressive, or a nice high ground ward, so they're able to watch the tri lane of VP and know exactly where the Earth Spirit's going to be positioned, at least in the starting of the game.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how much they can punish this Ramses anti-mage in the early stages. I mean, as you said, it's going to be down to how he can get done on this Doom. I mean, which lane is he going to have the most focus on, do you feel, where he can actually get something done with his rotations early on?
Depends on where Pi starts. I think Pi may actually start top with MSS, and I think they can play really heavily around that top lane. But then that's completely sacking Envy, so... Well, I don't know, we'll see. It depends on which creeps he gets, too. Like, if he gets crappy creeps, he just can't make the rotations. But he might want to have to stay down with Pasha just to secure that lane, at least at the start. Maybe eat the first Ion Shell creep, we'll see. Roll in from Lil. He gets the bounty too.
He's going to be able to do a fair bit to Fada. I mean, level 1 Medusa, incredibly squishy. Pi is there. So we'll ward him off, but not always the way you want to start it as a Medusa. Taking half your health down immediately. As you tango up, and Lil, he's continued to play around with Pi here. He is losing the fight though, and in fact with MSS coming in,
get Lil.
Oh, that jump forward there to block the roll. That is going to be your first blood almost certainly. Pops the Fairy Fire, trying to buy himself time. It's not going to work. And, well, Lil, despite his best efforts to do something against Fada, the backup's there from C9, and they claim the first blood.
Yep, Pi holding that skill point instead of just instantly skilling sacrifice. Very well played by him. And yeah, it's really important. We were saying that MSS is very important for this game. Him getting involved in the first blood, definitely significant.
Now, what do you expect out of this mid lane? No one on this Def Prophet that's very much contested amongst the teams at the moment against the Medusa, someone that we just do not see a lot at all.
They'll mostly farm. The Medusa is going to get a little bit more base damage. As long as no one is just able to avoid the snakes, he should be able to just, it should be like a farm versus farm matchup. You know, they're both always just going to be able to force it, and it's just no one just cannot eat too many snakes so he doesn't get mana burn too hard, so that he can actually be able to push the lane out with that Crypt Swarm.
And do you think this is the best sort of lane composition for Cloud9 at this stage, just running these dual lanes for now?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a little bit different because ideally he would want the sacrifice on the Lich so that they're denying farm from the AM and, you know, they're pulling the lane back for Puck to always get as much as possible. But yeah, this is the way they want to play it for certain.
Pasha's got to be careful down on this bottom lane.
Yeah, AY is doing work.
Aui's got a shockwave. Pasha, yeah, quick with the surge out.
Getting the best creep in the game.
This. He's got brown boots. If he lands the blade and throws out the purple ball, it's going to be close. But Pasha looks to be successful there with the dupes. Keeps himself away from Aui.
Aui getting pretty lucky about getting that creep. Like the Satyr creep is just the absolute best.
Yeah, look at that regen. I guess he's eating a tango as well, but still nonetheless.
Still quite a lot. I mean,
it's a tanky dude.
Yeah.
Head over, be able to steal the bounty room from this half of the map.
Well, Lil also trying to contest that bounty room. He rolls in and he takes it.
This time, Lil should be able to get himself back out safely. So Fada still being kept towards that mid lane. The farm at the moment, kind of pretty much as you expected, being very even between the two. No one and Fada both finding something out of this lane, and neither really putting too much pressure on each other's life. A good initiation from Lil could turn that around though. We'll see if he's able to get the angle.
Is level 4 on no one, and they don't have a lot of creeps under the tower, but they do have a couple. Maybe the courier snipe by Lil. He's walking in, trying
for it.
No, unable to do so with that 290 base movement speed.
And with the creeps being pushed back out in the mid lane, it's unlikely he can really get an opening up to Fada. And this VP really want to go heavily aggressive. 2 points in the shield. It's a very hard target to go for. Up top, MSS being chased down by Ramses and Solo. Falling pretty low. Does have the jump out. Ramses is not going to commit. Just with the distance that MSS can create between them. Back out to safety. And CS at the moment incredibly close between both the mid laners, between both off laners, and between both safe laners. It's pretty much neck on neck. It's very, very, very close indeed.
AOI is doing an incredibly good job of actually making Pasha get like little to nothing down here. He's just sitting there. Every time Pasha walks up, he just blasts him or hits him with an Infernal Blade, and then the lane, of course, naturally pushes into Envy because of the Ion Shell that was thrown down. So Aui just doing an incredibly good job at the zoning.
Yeah,
Pasha forced out again.
Definitely seems to be one more of those heroes that we can kind of write down as a way of dealing with this, with the dark Syrian lane.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you get a Satyr creep.
Yes, that certainly feels like to be the necessity. Indeed, having that extra bit of regen.
You can always just trade hits without a concern.
Bottle back out. Pressured a little bit by Fados. He starts to move the lane up. Does have the rotation of Aui coming in from the sideline. Haste rune. This is looking pretty dire for no one. The shockwave flies through, pops the Fairy Fire. Not enough to keep him alive. Cloud9 coming in heavy with the rotations mid. Punishing the Death Prophet. Big plays. And Aui, indeed, he said he's got to keep himself at the top and play it to his best, and he certainly is. Yeah, he's making the calls, making the moves, making the plays.
Very good moves. Haste rune, of course, a little bit lucky. Oh, Fada in some trouble here.
He's kept himself around a little too long. Aui's going to come across and try and help out. He might just do it. Lil's in trouble with the damage for the Scorched Tail taking him down. Aui's going to get the kill. Fada's going to survive there with the Fairy Fire, and now no one could be in trouble as well. They'll force him back at least. They're not going to get the kill, but nonetheless, yeah, this presence of the Doom and Lich in the mid lane, saving Fada from situations where it looks like he nearly feeds his own life away.
Yeah. Lil tried to go for like little cute kickback, trying to get him into tower range, but since he had TP'd already just before that, Death Prophet had the longer teleport, so unable to close the distance in time.
5 minutes in, 3 kills for the side of Cloud9.
Yep, ahead by a bit.
Find anything.
Ahead by a tiny bit.
CS though still continues to move at the same state for both sides. Ramses, of course, having not too many issues at all up on this top lane. See if any sort of rotation can do anything about that. They'll send Pi back up on the Lich. Aoi still turning around towards the mid lane, may come back down bottom to the Pasha.
Bottom lane, Envy.
Bit of a bait there. But Envy moves forward, trying to go for Pasha. But Pasha and Lil close back in on him. Aoi's going to be there. Can he save Envy? Throws out the shockwave. Won't be enough to keep Envy alive with the regen aura. That's going to be Envy down. Will be able to punish Lil in return. But BP will take that trade.
Yeah,
throwing Lil's life away and putting a bit of a slowdown to Envy.
Super worth it. Double TP rotation, slow down Envy. Get Pasha involved too. Pi able to grab himself an Invis rune is what it looks like it's going to be. Pasha's trying to surge in to grab it, but no.
Fodder as well going to be feeling a little more comfortable in that mid lane now. He's hit the 6 as the Stone Gaze. Pylai die. Hunting down Pasha here. Can't really do too much as Pasha does have the surge. Gets himself out. Does still have a bit of a duration left on the Invis rune. Try and make a jump elsewhere. Could move towards mid. Howie's with him. A little low on the mana though on the Doom, so no shockwave blast at his availability.
Oh, dire scan. No one's there, but they do see Solo place that ward, and there's already a sentry ward in position there for Cloud9 to kill that ops ward that was planted. And Pi is going to go do that right now. Easy money. Ramsey's all the space in the world. Absolutely free farming up there. MSS level 4. Not really getting you're getting levels at least, so getting helped a bit by Pi. But Pi's had to move around a decent amount, so every time he moves, that's where MSS starts to get a lot less. Envy now with 6, they've got that extra bonus damage from the aura.
Now he's starting to, again, try and threaten Pasha, force him back out of this. They do get the connection with the first Frost Arrow. Pasha making sure the distance is there with that last few seconds of the surge. But definitely anti-mage. We've seen so many games where an anti-mage hasn't been controlled at the start, regardless of how well the other lanes are going and how many people you're killing. Anti-mage can certainly still run away with the game, and it's a Ramses AM as well.
Versus
it's so scary.
0 stun. It's Dream Coil, but there's 2 sets of silences and a Doom. They have Puck Silence, Drow Silence, and Doom. So there's some things to catch him, but not the easiest things to actually hold down an anti-mage who's farmed. It's pretty much just the Doom in the later stages.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, you know, VP will be saying, as long as Ramses is getting farm, we're fine with the state of this early game.
Exactly. Unless things don't go too out of control. Lil, watching the movements from C9. They do see him though, but he's got the TP roll, and he is out of there.
I mean, at what point can they do something about Ram? Is it, as you said, what, the level 6 on the Doom?
Level 6 Doom, yeah.
That's when you try and get the close the gap.
Yeah, maybe they could try to go for maybe one level 6 Puck, and they can try to bring maybe the Drow Ranger up there with the Gust.
Yeah,
that's a little bit harder to execute and maybe not as reliable. I think the most reliable one is you just wait for the Doom 6, and you just go up there and you coil and Doom him.
Good to be the build. Envy, well, looks a bit of this game.
Go for a Hood.
He is indeed. Like there's a lot of magical on VP side, which we talked about the wombo combo that they have. Being able to survive through it all. Maybe he feels that, you know, he's looking towards Fada as being the big carry this game. All he's got to do is stay alive, make sure the aura's there for his teammates.
I guess he's feeling also like they have so many ways to just like penetrate into the back lines with like, AM jumping in like later on or whatever, like something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. I mean, it's an Envy build, right? Envy does those kind of things that are very like mental. You know, you think about them a lot, and they make sense if you actually play to that fashion.
And here's this rotation.
So they are going with the Gust. They're going to try with
the
the Gust. Puck's not 6 yet, though. This is really hard to actually accomplish. They're going to try for it, though, when Ramsey steps up. Yeah, this one's... That's a very hard kill. I mean, without the Dream Coil, that's like almost impossible without the Dream Coil.
It was a nice attempt, though. The thought was there. And now VP, they're looking to punish this. They're coming up with a quick smoke from mid lane. They'll look for the wraparound. They could go for some rotation. They don't have a Darks here. Envy has to be careful. Roll forward from Lil. There's the boulder smash. Connects onto 2. The cask and the silence out as well as Envy left alone. And at the end of the day, it's a rotation up to top lane to offer his life as sacrifice. As VP will bring down the Drow Ranger.
I mean, Exorcism was expanded though, so they can kind of look at that like, okay, there's no Exorcism to like pressure a tower, and Fada almost actually kills the mid tower during that rotation. So it's something. I mean, they lose Envy, of course, but they don't get a kill, which sucks.
Let's see if Fnatic can finish this tower off. He's got the siege creep with him.
He's gonna get it.
He's trying to man up. No one. Have to be a little careful as well. Envy's actually going to TP across the mid lane. Yeah, he'll take it. Fnatic gets the touch. Doesn't get the quite final touch, but he does at least stop VP from being able to get the deny. So, indeed, in terms of objectives, they do get that tower. But still, the fact that Ramses continues to live in his own little world.
Yeah.
With no interruptions. Successful from Cloud9 so far in his first 11 minutes.
We do have, though, now it's AUI is 6, so I'm looking to see who's got any smokes on this team. It's nobody just yet, but they could definitely try to make those moves with the Dream Coil and the Doom to try to find that anti-mage whenever they do have a smoke up.
It really feels like they need to. They need
slow him down
to
a
do
bit.
something about Ramses. You can't let Ramses have his game because it's Ramses.
I mean, it's an anti-mage into that type of lineup, into Medusa. Definitely pull up the Medusa pretty easily if you're able to get that mana burn. You do see Fada going for the Blade Mail build that we could see.
Bottom lane.
Of course, NV debut, and yeah, bottom lane. Just
They
a
do
quick
jump
Doom.
in. Yeah, they've got the
Doom
Dream
Coil.
Coil, they've got the Doom,
But that's on the Darks here. You know, that's not like it's a kill is a kill, but it's not the anti-mage.
Does open up the space for the tower push up top. So
Certainly.
Cloud9 getting something off the back of it.
So maybe it's just a casual cloak. It looks like for NV.
Ah, okay, that's more
It's gotta go
understandable.
toward the force staff after. That makes sense. Then committing for a hood, that's a pretty big investment.
Cloud9 continue the pressure down bottom.
Yep.
See if VP want to do something about this. They are going to TP the Darkseer down here. They've got the vacuum Earth Spirit combo if they can land it.
Exorcism in 10. Trying to wait for that.
There is a Stone Gaze though. And here we go. No one surge forward. They'll look towards Fada, but he gets the Stone Gaze out in time. The silence not quite soon enough. They'll turn their backs towards him. See if they can go back in after it. The Magnetize kept going as Lil drops down the stones. They'll force Cloud9 back, but Lil and the team won't be able to get the grab in order to get the kill onto any of Cloud9's members. Do remain strong down at the bottom lane, but as we talked about, this is for a VP playing around, whilst Ramses continues to farm.
That's what they want to do. Defend those tier 1s as long as possible and stall for the anti-mage. They've already lost all 3 tier 1s now, so just got to play together. Make sure you fight around the Exorcism and keep stalling for that AM.
Just one sword short of the Battle Fury at the moment.
Pretty much now, the big thing that BP has to be careful of now is just get some, probably some wards around the Roche pit just to make sure that C9 can't just like go for that and just get like a quick snatch and just to play around the play around the anti-mage other than watching out for that Roche. At least one hero.
I mean, Fada with this build as well, so you should say going for the Blade Mail.
Yep.
Where do you kind of go with this phase Blade Mail build after that? Do you start to build up the damage? Will we still see him get like a Lincoln's as such to work against the potential of being mana voided and blowing up your team?
Definitely a possibility, yeah. I think that's... Envy has a very different kind of build. I think he goes like the Solar Crest and the Blade Mail some of the times. I'm not sure which one Fada is going to go for because different players have different minds about it.
So they're a bit of a attempt by Lil, but quite get the catch.
EY has Doom top. He sees Ramses, but get the blink off just in time.
Now VP actually trying to react with an instant smoke as Solo and Ramses group up. They're making a beeline towards the middle lane. The rest of the side also in the neighborhood to try and make a play. Stone Gaze is back up and Blade Mail is now complete by Phantom.
Involve Ramses to try to go for Fada with that mana burn.
Oh, they get the boulders back in time. In this silence, he's not going to get the chance to get out that Stone Gaze, or is he? He's still alive for the time being. There's the vacuum, but look at this Dream Coil! MSS comes in, catches the 4 of them, and VP they have to back up. Cloud9 have taken 1, they've taken 2, and they'll chase down for more. Beautiful reaction there from Cloud9. MSS with the massive Dream Coil and the Chain Frost to follow up from Pi. Just putting a full stop to what VP tried to achieve there.
Ramses has his arms up. He's about to cast the Mana Void, and he gets stun silence. This was beautiful. Everyone on VP did stack up pretty hard, but the response is coming out from Cloud9. 5-man coil, is it?
I think he only gets 4. I don't think. No, he did.
Looks
Yeah,
like
got all 5.
5-man silence as well.
Yeah, he got all 5 of them.
And Fada lives with 20 HP.
Oh man, Cloud9. That's the kind of players we like to see from them.
Big response there. Ramses survived though, at least. They did lose no one, which hurts, but the anti-mage did live.
They did indeed. And he is very close to having the Battle Fury done. But Cloud9 off the back of that, stepping up the pace, 7 for 2 into the Roche pit. they should get this. I don't think VP are going to be able to contest this with the speed that they're taking it down, with Envy having that double damage. They've got it. Aegis in the pocket of Fada.
Yeah, that DD plus the Alpha Wolf from Doom, giving them more than enough damage to be able to bring it down in time. Lil now top. Trying to split push out. He might actually get brought down here. C9 starting to make the rotation in. He is out though.
Roll away. Pilot is still going to be able to close the gap here with the slow. Envy's there with the DD, but Lil with the TP out. No way to hold him back.
Yeah, Chain Frost still cooldown for 5. Definitely would have thrown it out if it was up.
Bottom lane, Ramses. Close to MSS. They don't have Doom available, but maybe with the silence they still have a chance to do this.
Goodness,
he's down! That Dream Coil there at the end of it, doing just enough damage off the back of the blink out. MSS.
The damage from the Alpha Wolf aura plus the Drow aura, they just have so much right click between the two of them. And the mini stuns and the silences, it was just, ooh, Ramses, he was about to have that Battle Fury too. That is a
Did he not
massive
finish it?
No, he had, I think he had
he must have had
just enough gold.
Yeah. Now Cloud9, they're stepping it up as they needed to against this anti-mage. Even though he got the free lane at the start, pretty much.
We did say that MSS and AY need to have some pretty big impacts, and right there you see these two. The 5-man coil, them finding a pick off in the jungle of the AM, they're definitely doing it.
Pasha, very close to having the mechanism complete. Looks like the build from Aoi, or the drums into the Shadow Blade.
He's almost got it too. Look at his net worth.
Has he got, where's the he's got the Shadow Amulet on the courier?
He's got on
the courier.
Almost got the whole thing, and that's going to be incredibly good to find those pickoffs.
Yeah,
even goes for
catching that anti-mage.
Yeah, gets the Devour bonus gold too. So his farm will just continue accelerating. And yeah, he's going to be ahead of the anti-mage soon as a 4 Doom.
We'll see what can be done here with this Battle Fury. Envy does now actually go back, complete the full off-hood of Defiance.
Okay.
Top.
He's just going to build the pipe so they can siege, it seems like. He's going to be the pipe holder.
Spooked a little bit. Let's get back in time as Aoi starts to sweep across. Cloud9 at the moment playing exactly as they need to.
They're owning.
Okay, gold lead. Very, very early on. MSS will be going for the Yules next. Yules, in fact, complete. No one's TP.
We do have the Battle Fury finished, so this is the time for Ramses to accelerate that farm. Team needs to make as much space as possible, but problem is, there's 2 tier 2s dead top, tier 1 dead, all the tier 1s dead as well. So Anti-Mage's farming area isn't really that large. He has to play pretty risky if he wants to get those farms in enemy territories. They do at least claim that bottom tower, so at least they have some access points into the enemy jungle now for that Anti-Mage to farm up. But
pressure's been put on the top lane, yeah. Fada up to the high ground, ready to start playing around with this tier 3. Mass TP's coming through from VP. Solo, is he going to find the bounce with the cast? Just throws out onto Fada. He just turned. Back up he goes, feeling confident with the damage that he has. Pasha, ready to set up for a potential vacuum play if C9 get too close.
I love Solo skill build. 4-3. 0 in the death guard. He's just committed to knowing that he's not going to be able to get it off anyway.
They get caught out here. The cast bouncing between him and the range. Can they get the silence up with the stone gates in there and the chain frost, forcing VP to split up. No one self-fuels it, but the bounces continue. Lil's down. The guts connects onto the DP. VP, they've lost 2, they've lost 3. No one to fall as well. In fact, he buys back for this. 19 minutes in, the Death Prophet buying back as their top lane's in trouble. Shadowblade's complete on out, and in fact, they force him forward. Envy there with the force plays, shoves no one straight into them. They've got the damage to bring him down so damn low, he will escape with the phase boost. Cloud9 stepping about, and wow, he has the Doom, finds the anti-mage. They do have the shrine here for Ramses. Ramses looking to turn onto Aoi, nearly gets the kill.
He also cleaned up MSS during that too, as the anti-mage. And Fada doesn't have a TP right now, and everyone else is just retreating.
That is Cloud9, doing his TPs. Fada is almost certainly going to get taken down. He's doing a good job of bringing them low with him, but with Ramses jumping forward, in fact, claiming the first touch as they knock down the Aegis. Can they do it a second time? That's the question. Some of them are a little low, but the boulder smash, perfectly timed by Lil, into the mass silence. The roll forward's going to miss. I mean, Fada's making them work for it here, trying to walk this off, finally goes down.
Yep. He had the TP in his backpack, but yeah, you know, he didn't have the slot for it at the time. But yeah, his team all just kind of ditched him a bit, and Anti-Mage able to clean up. So it's Anti-Mage leading the net worth board, but then it's 4 Cloud9 heroes with a 9,000 gold advantage going for them, and already claiming a tier 3 tower just at the sub 20 minute mark.
This is getting pretty crazy. I mean, as we're seeing, you know, it certainly can still go both ways. Ramsey still has the potential to clean up and survive.
But it's looking a little tough just because of how underfarmed the other, his other heroes are. It's going to be only anti-mage versus the
look
world.
at the net worth. It's anti-mage and then Cloud9, 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 Cloud9.
Yeah, and if it's anti-mage alone, it can be okay. However, he's versus a Doom. So if it's just anti-mage versus the world, all they have to really think about on C9 is, okay, either Doom gets a Silver Edge or a Shadow Blade or a Blink Dagger, and his job is literally Doom, anti-mage. That's it. And then they'll 90%, like most of the time they should win these engagements because of how far ahead they are versus VP currently. So I think Aui's going to be building toward the Silver Edge next, though, just so that in case it gets to a point where Anti-Mage does get like an Aghanims or something, he can just remove the Spell Shield with that Silver Edge and then anyway get that Doom off so it doesn't get reflected.
Definitely.
If we get to that point, of course. I mean, we're still quite a ways away from that, but it may get to that if Cloud9 cannot break it.
Towards Pasha getting that blink as well. Having that set up for the combo with the vacuum, because at the moment C9 are the ones finding the better team fights. In time and time again, the Dream Coil, the Chain Frost, causing a lot of issues for this line of VP that, pretty much all of their heroes rely on getting stuck in on the front lines of the fight, and the Dream Coil and the Chain Frost punish that exact sort of team fight.
Yeah. Smoke up by C9, trying to get some nice aggressive wards down. Right away, Solo knows that it happens though. An instant sentry ward down, but his sentry dies first, and that ward stays. Solo's trying his best to make sure that these wards stay up. I mean, if you look at VP's jungle, look at the warding that's been going on around here. There's those sentries and obs all over, just trying to damage control as best as possible.
Ramsey's pushing down bottom. He's going to have to come back up top. Yep. Can Envy do anything here? He does have the Gust. Will show himself forward, grab the double damage rune, and now looks to rejoin the rest of his team. As they get ready to potentially push up again.
Banta's almost online for Ramsey, so that will help a lot for him to be able to get that big mana burn, but Aui on the prowl.
Ramsey's, I think he knows. He's playing so safe.
He sees the rotations coming out from the rest of the heroes of Cloud9 with those options they have. But yeah, he got spooked.
Play it so carefully, as you said. They need this anti-mage to stay alive, continue farming.
Yeah, like having all these sentry wards down and obs wards down for VP is pretty much what they're gonna have to be doing, so that Ramses doesn't have to feel pressured about those dooms.
And Nano cleaning up the shrines. Virtus.pro.
Ramses is gonna go for the Lincolns instead of the Aghanims, of course, because he sees the Shadow Blades and he recognizes Lincolns is the better choice this game to deal with that doom.
Still does need a bit of time to get there, though.
Yes, quite a ways away. He's got the Manta, though, whenever he wants to pick up the ulti orb. And Aui looking to go for the pick off here. Sentries are down, though, so if he walks in near Ramses, something's up. Sees everybody walking into his jungle from the mid lane.
Oh, did you see it? Envy went for the pull-out pipe.
Yeah, he went for the whole pipe.
Okay.
He wants to be able to siege Dagnar, and yeah, I guess he's worried about the penetration. He has a Medusa on his team, so they have like a dual core. So, I mean, it can make sense for sieging, having at least one pipe on your team. If your supports aren't going to build it, why not have, I guess, the Drow Ranger?
There's the blink on Pasha. So this is really the big setup that VP have needed to
that wombo combo.
Get the jump and put a stop to this group up and push from Cloud9 and their lineup. Blink vacuum certainly can be the answer. Does have to be careful how he blinks those. Certainly could end up blinking into a waning rift, blinking into a silence from the Gust. Has to be careful how he jumps in Pasha. So he still is yet to, of course, have the Greaves. Once he's got the Greaves, that's going to be a little less of an issue. So he can definitely afford to just go and not have too much threat of being counterplayed. He needs got a vision for the Doom.
He needs Greaves and Pipe in this game. It's a lot of magic damage coming out from the Puck and the Lich. It's pretty absurd.
But certainly after things happen up in the top lane, VP have managed to slow it down.
Yeah.
They've managed to make sure that they haven't lost any racks. Only the tier 3 in the shrines, which is still quite a bit, but it doesn't hinder the farm of the anti-mage. Ramsey's still at the top of the net worth, a couple of thousand ahead of the Drow Ranger, as should be on an anti-mage. Indeed, Manta style done. We've got the money for the ulti orb towards the Lincoln Sphere. this pace, he's probably going to have it by the next time that Cloud9 look to force a fight. As they themselves seem to be content with just getting the farm on Fada, working his way, as you mentioned, towards a big damage item like the Butterfly.
They're ready to contest the Roche. VP all smoked up. Shadowblade on Lich as well. So Shadowblade Doom, Shadowblade Lich. Yeah. I saw Pi do it the other day too, or yesterday. He did Phase and Shadowblade too. So they're trying to contest this Roche. Are they going to be able to do so?
Be smoked up.
Oh, we do see. Oh, C9 draws the line to go for a wraparound. It looks like onto that high ground. Do they have a smoke? They do. They even have the gem as well on the puck.
Go. They're heading straight in from the low ground. They're going straight at him.
No fear.
VP smoke's going to wear off, and that will cause them to back off. Pasha still sticking around on the front lines. Has to be a bit careful. Aoi moving forward. But again, mass amounts of sentries down here on the side of VP. We'll see through the Shadow Blade of Aoi. Maybe Cloud9, knowing that that area is secure, they throw their own walls down. They're going to go back towards the pit. But VP now, they themselves smoke up again. Second smoke from them. They've got a good idea of where Cloud9 may be. Cloud9 do have the high ground advantage. Smoke will be dispelled. Pylite dies, Shadow Blade's up. Who's going to make the jump first? Solo going in, propping down that sentry.
Roche is half health. C9 is doing it during this. They get the Doom and then won't.
Yeah, suddenly with no one being doomed up, this is not the fight that VP want to take. Lil jumps forward with the bottom smash, trying to back away, but MSS is in there with the two-man Dream Coil, holding them in position. No one's trying to turn with just right clicks, but he's being held in position by that Dream Coil, taken down by the physical damage of Drow and the team. Envy moves forward with Cloud9, brings down no one, who's out now for a minute. So Cloud9 can head back to Roche, play it safe, get themselves the Aegis, and without no one, not a lot that they could do to stop it. He does actually now have buyback come on. Must have just got the gold for it. We'll see if he does want to expend it to try and contest Roche, or if they can trust in the rest of his team to do so. They're still very much outside of the pit. Solo getting gone on. There's the jump forward again from MSS, lands the silence. Infernal Blade comes down, Doom will get the kill. Ramsey spots the man to turn. There's the vacuum, but where's the follow-up? It's not quite there because the silence was still out onto Lil. Brilliant silence from Gus, from Envy, making sure that Lil didn't have the follow-up to that, what looked to be a perfect vacuum play.
Yeah.
The
could have been
devastating.
Just too much. If that vacuum came out as the Mana Void actually happened, it could have been pretty brutal. Because I think that was, I mean, it would have been like a 600 AoE mana burn, or Mana Void, but it's, you know, it's something.
Just been proving very hard to find that follow-up, whether it be the Gust or the Waning Rift. So many ways that Cloud9 can break apart the wombo that VP are trying to perform.
And now it's Aegis and Cheese.
They could certainly be ready to try and go for a high ground push. 28 minutes in, 11,000 gold lead for Cloud9. Still though, Ramses, of course, rocking the top of the charts with his 16k net worth, has pretty much got that Lincoln's complete. A few hundred more gold and he'll have it. Level 21 as well, so doing very nicely in terms of experience. But as you said, this is an anti-mage game where if he slips up, he gets caught out, that whole, any sort of attempt at being able to be close to the power that Cloud9 have as a team is just gone. Yeah. You can't do it without this anti-mage.
And it's like, C9 has easier ways to kind of just like initiate and start the fight. VP needs to get like a Blink Vacuum with the Earth Spirit getting the spells up, or with a Silence. It has to have the follow-up where C9 can do like a Blink Coil and then they can follow up afterwards. It doesn't need to be all just in unison.
C9's Drow strat, they can just A-click the lane. Go, Fada, up to the high ground. Ramsey jumps forward there. They do have the stun. Forced up to the high ground as well. Just get the Blade Mail off. With the Solar Crest buff from Aoi, Fada will be able to back away.
They tried to get the backlines with the Vacuum Boulder Smash. I saw them actually ping it out, but Pasha, he was only able to actually get the Doom. A bit unfortunate for VP there. However, they do slow C9 doing this push.
Ramses.
Lane Ramses.
Has popped. He's to get himself out of there. Doom still available. Aoi. This anti-mage cannot afford to get caught. What Ramses goes next for Bill. Do you think he gets the Basher? Will he get the Heart just in case he does get Doom so he can live through it? What's the plan here from the end?
He's still quite a ways away. I think it depends on how he feels like after the next fight. I think Basher is just still too good, but Heart does sound kind of interesting. But I would imagine, yeah, it just would be the more standard build.
Test once again. Have eyes on him. Bring him out. And the Ramses continue to just try and push out these lanes, but MSS himself, he's cutting them. Making it harder for Ramses to try and push these lanes back out against Cloud9. Envy
Ready
ready to go up
try to
again.
force, yeah, he pinks out the racks.
See if they can get away with it. They've got all their ults available, Cloud9. Envy up to the high ground, manning up. He looks to start to rip through the racks. Can they keep him off him? There's the silence from no one. Blade mails out on Fada. Ramses will TP back. VP now with the full 5-man ready for defense. Ramses heading forward, gets gusted. The Manta now says the illusion's at Envy, forcing back the Drow Ranger. Forward up the sidelines.
Gets the ward down. Okay, good. He was trying to get rid of that ward for a while there that C9 had.
C9 is standing strong. They have no inclination of backing out from this push. They're back up to the high ground. VP, can they actually stop this? They're having to use the fortification now. With the amount that C9 are doing, Linkers is going to be popped on Fada. There's the jumps as well from the paralyzing cards, but MSS comes in. 3-man coil and the silence holding them up, but there's the vacuum. The border smash is on point. Lil, he totally whiffs the shot. And now with the stone gaze put out, VP just have to run away. Owie gets the Doom out onto no one. Jump forward again from MSS with the 3-man silence, forcing VP back. C9 secure the top racks. No one buys back. Ramses, he needs to do something to put a stop to this flow. He'll jump forward looking for Envy, but with the Solar Crest down onto him, and now the cheese being swallowed, Envy, he's going to cheddar his way back into this. As he's up to full health, MSS jumping in again with the silence. Lil rolls forward looking for Owie, does drop the magnetize, but Lil just gets ripped to pieces by the physical damage. Ramses can't quite finish off the kill onto the Doom, now gets gusted up. There's the vacuum, but again there's no follow-up. Ramses is down for 80 seconds. GG is called. Cloud9 just break VP in this game 1.
They did it. They forced the aggression early. That's exactly what they needed to do. They kept punishing no one every time he would show. Ramsey just wasn't able to get online this time. It was just really good spell usage. It was that big middle fight that ended up happening.